I am your friend, Dr. Charles Apoki. This morning, I showed a Bible that my wife gave to my granddaughter, who is spending time with us. Within one day, the back of the Bible had been torn, and she carefully sellotaped it. And then I told my wife that maybe she is behaving like her grandfather. That's myself. None of my books had any cover after maybe 1 month of suffering to buy them for me. It got to a stage, my mother used to wrap the backs of my textbooks with old newspapers. I don't know if they did for you, just to preserve the covers of my books. I want to talk about raising successful children. When people admire me from all over the world, they don't understand that I'm a refined product. In my crude form, none of you will have come near me. In fact, many of my classmates and in primary school and secondary school who watch these videos must be surprised at how much I have changed. These are the following P's you will parent your children with for progress. P for children for progress. P number 1, prophesy your children into existence. When you have not started having children, speak them into children. Before God formed Jeremiah in the mother's womb, he knew him and set him apart. So, I was standing at the gate of UBTH with my wife, I think with only 10 naira left, and she started crying. Then we were not yet married. She must have been at about 23 then, and I was 24. And I told her that when we will have children, your children will have your face because she's beautiful, and they will have my brain. She's smart, very smart nurse and businesswoman, an educationist. So, and today the children are like that. Very intelligent, very beautiful, very handsome. Number 2, prophesy upon them when they are born. When they started talking about ancestral curses and covenants, when I was practicing medicine, I usually took my deliveries myself, like as I did for my children with my wife. And when the children are born, I will hold them and prophesy upon them. I will pray, I am the first person to carry you and the first person to prophesy upon you. I nullify anything from your background that is not godly. And I prophesy upon you that you will be extraordinary. One of the signs that they will know that this prayer has worked is that you will be extraordinarily brilliant. And after 21 years, I met a man who told me that child that was born in your hospital is extraordinarily brilliant and that she is in South Korea. So prophesy upon your children before any other person says anything concerning them. And keep prophesying their future into existence. I have a grandson and a granddaughter. Every morning, I will prophesy their future into existence. So that's P number 2. P number 3, be patient with them. Some children like me are slow learners. Some children like me are not very, very organized when they are young. You need to be patient with your children. But in the patience, another P number 4, pattern them. Give them a pattern of behavior. I used to hawk pap akamo before going to school. Afternoon school, I will hawk in the morning. And I roasted cow skin and cow legs, bomo. I hawked firewood. So growing up, there was, even being a doctor, I found out that you could make money from anything. And I was discussing with my wife this morning as we were drinking ginger tea. I told her that one of the things that helped us, even though you were a nurse and I was a medical doctor and I was the medical director of a 40-bed hospital, we did not find anything too low for us to do to take us from poverty. I was selling second-hand clothing with my wife at the free zone in Ariaria Market as the medical director of Royal Hospital so that we could get extra income. Till today, there's nothing, as I'm talking to you now, they are preparing Gary for me for sale. This status of popularity does not affect my mind. In fact, the more popular I become, the more I withdraw from myself and go to my original self to push myself into a greater future. So, pattern. I don't take another man's thing. Pattern. I've been patterned that way. The next thing is you must position your children. Number one, position them by sending them to good schools. My father sent me to a good school and to good schools and to a good university. Position your children by priming them, another P, with sound education and good exposure to stimuli that will make them function in leadership positions. It was always emphasized to me at Government College Ughelli, you are the leaders of tomorrow. So leadership is not alien to me, leadership in any dimension. The next thing is that you can push them. Sometimes when they see comfort, they are not willing to move. You push them, but don't make them desperate. You push them. You give them a little momentum. Another P, in this dispensation, it is very difficult for children to settle. So you provide for them to help them succeed and become independent. My major concern is that my children should be independent of me. Many of them are, but I need to stabilize them because this family is coming from a very deep hole. So you position them, you pattern them, you prompt them. And when you have done that, but in the beginning, don't be a lousy parent. Don't say your children should not become your friends. You are father, you are mother, love them, value them, P number, whatever, protect them. But at the same time, the final P, punish them if they misbehave. I didn't say beat, I didn't say injure. Let them know that there is a price for stupidity. The Yorubas have interpret the Bible very well. I can't speak Yoruba very well. They said, "Were bojunori omo kekere," that there is insanity, plenty of insanity in the head of a child, but that the rod of correction will drive it away. In today's dispensation, you pattern your children and stay with them for very long, even if they are married, because there's too much distraction. To raise one girl is as difficult as raising 7 boys in this generation. I was discussing with my friend, Dr. Akro. He said that if you want to know how sleeping outside is, that you should go and ask a cow. If you want to know how difficult it is to raise a female child today, Go and ask a man who has 5 daughters. But if you raise a daughter very well, they are the ones who remember you in old age. They are the ones who take care of you. So don't discard them. Invest in them. They are your ambassadors. I remain your friend, Dr. Charles Apoki. Send me a message on +234 7052136763. Today is the closing day for registration for our June seminar coming up on the 7th and on the 8th. So start preparing for July seminar if you have not registered. But you can register today. I have properties for sale. God bless you.